accepted to carry me. And guys, I couldn't even sit upright. Like, I had to lie on my side. Don't you cry, baby, even if it's more tiny. So hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So guys, today's video is going to be kind of different from what I've been doing, because I'm going to be talking about something so personal, something that happened to me like close to 2 years ago. And yeah, I think miscarriage, guys, it's something that happens to most women worldwide, just that most of us fear maybe speaking about it, but it's something that happens everywhere, each and every day. So guys, my main aim of talking about this today, guys, is so that to make those who have been through the same feel that they are not alone in this. Like, it happens and it's very normal, and it depends with however you want to take your own experience. You can choose to speak about it. You can also choose to speak to someone else about it, depending on how you want it. But for me, guys, today, by the way, guys, before I sat here today, I've been thinking about this for a very long time. Like, it wasn't easy deciding to talk about it, because every time I try, I get so emotional. Like, I've tried making this video so many times with fail, because I end up getting so emotional and I don't finish the video. But today, guys, I'm going to try my best to be strong and talk about it. I'm going to share my own experience. I hope you get motivated and feel like it's normal and it's okay not to be okay, guys. Okay guys, I'm going to share with you from the day of conception to when I actually had my unfortunate miscarriage. So guys, I remember it was like 2 years ago, around January, when I usually celebrate my birthday. And I remember that time, guys, I was so much okay, but I had noticed some changes on my body. I mean, sometimes I've always heard of stories of women narrating that they were pregnant up to 5 months, but they never realized, like, they are pregnant without their knowledge. So me at this time, guys, that kind of a person who always has her regular periods. But at that time, my periods skipped like for a week, and I was like, what's going on? Because it's very unusual. So I told my boyfriend at that time, and I told him what I was feeling, like how weird it was, me missing my periods and all that. Then we decided to take a test. So we took a test, and guess what, guys? It was very strong, like 2 strong red lines, and immediately I knew that it is what it is. So though it wasn't planned, but we agreed that we're gonna keep it and take care of it, and yeah, ikwetu vile itakuwa. So everything was okay, guys. I'm sure you can understand that excitement of being a first mom, guys. Like, you want to do everything perfectly. Like, I used to Google everything about first moms, everything about pregnancy, everything about babies. Like, I wanted to be the best. Like, I wanted to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. So the only people who knew about it are my boyfriend and just 2 of my very close friends. I hadn't even told my mom about it. I decided to keep it a secret until when it started showing, or until maybe after I give birth. So everything went well for a start. I used to eat healthy. I used to avoid any heavy duties. I was just like, I tried all I could to do the right things during that time, and I thank God, because at that time I had a very supportive guy who was always there for me, always making sure everything was going well. But I had not started those clinics that pregnant women go. I hadn't started yet. I'd say I'll start after probably 5 months or something. So everything went on well, guys. But one thing that kind of started making me worried is the time I was not experiencing any kind of symptom that pregnant women go through. Like, I hear most of the women saying they are nauseous, like they vomit, I don't know what, so such kind of things. But for me, my case was very different. Like, hadi at some point nilikuwa najishuku like I'm just okay, I'm very normal apart from some physical changes. Like I was very brown, nilikuja nikakuwa very brown and soft and hippies, as in there was some physical changes, but other things like symptoms, no, I had not experienced any kind of symptom. So that started being a concern to me. I called my friend Ivy, she's called Ivy, she's a nurse. I called her and asked her if it's normal, and she was like, it's normal, not all women experience those same symptoms. So I was okay, I relaxed. But after 3 months, like the last day of my first trimester, I started noticing some weird things. Like I noticed some discharge, and I was having a lot of cramps, like a lot. And then I called my friend again. I told her, I think I'm feeling this type of way. And she was like, is it too much? And I said, yeah, it's kind of making me uncomfortable, but and I'm going to wait till in the evening. If it persists, then maybe I'll have to go to the hospital for checkup. So I remember it was on the 1st of March 2019. So at this time, guys, I called my friend. Okay, that day, by the way, guys, is something I've forgotten to mention. You know, they're just those intuitions, like they're just instincts that tells you when something bad is about to happen. That's exactly what happened to me before the actual event. So it was on the 1st, it was on a Friday, I will not forget. So I was just holding a cup with me, and then it just fell without any kind of, as in, it just fell on its own. I was like, kwani what's wrong? Why has this cup fallen down? And I mean, there's nothing that triggered it to fall down, but I just had a very bad gut in me, but I couldn't just place my mind, or I couldn't just figure out what it might be. So I just assumed that it really got me disturbed, you know. So on the same day in the evening, that's when the pain started. I told my boyfriend about it, and he was like, hey babe, ikizidi, you have to go to the hospital the next day. I also told my friend who was always there for me to advise me and all that. So she told me also, if it persists, then I'll have to go to the hospital the next day. So on the 2nd of March, that is on Saturday, guys, the day I didn't sleep that night, I had severe cramps. I couldn't sleep at all, and I just couldn't go to the hospital at that time because I just assumed that things would get better. So upon reaching ikifika asubuhi, I just woke up normally, because that day I usually go to work, but I had to be late because of the hospital. So I was preparing to go to the hospital first, and then after all is done, I head to work. So I prepared myself well, guys. I just dressed up, and everything was okay, but severe cramps, like cramps zilikuwa zile serious, and also I had some back pains, and yani it was just so uncomfortable. So just when I was about to step out, the worst happened. Forgive me, guys, but I promised myself to be strong for this, guys, because it's not easy at all. But just when I was about to step out, guys, I started bleeding like profusely, like so much. I was bleeding a lot, and I was shocked. I mean, I had never experienced this because I was a first time mom, guys. So sijaiona kitu kayo, and I was really shocked. I was like, what do I do from here? What do I start from here? Like, it was so much. And then I decided to call my boyfriend first and told him to come and rush me to the hospital. Then later called my friend Ivy and told her of what is going on. And then the very first thing she asked me is, inatoka aje? Are there clothes or something, or is it just blood? And I told her that there are clothes. And that's when, guys, she told me that, Linda, I'm sorry, but I think you have lost your baby. Guys, it was so bad. Like, Why was this happening to me? I asked myself so many questions because, guys, I really tried being careful. I really tried my best not to do anything that might trigger what happened, but I was just like, why is this happening to me? So, guys, I'm sorry about that. So I called her and she was like, well, I'm sorry, but I think you're losing your baby. Just be strong and take some waters to remain hydrated. So, guys, I took the water as she instructed, and then as I waited for my boyfriend to come. So, guys, sorry guys, so as meantime I just waited in the bathroom. I cried, guys. It was so bad. It was so bad, guys. It is the worst thing that any woman should go through. I mean, it was so bad, like I can't even explain, but I'm sure if you're watching this and you've ever experienced miscarriage, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So, guys, my boyfriend came and we had to take a cab because it was so bad. I couldn't even walk, guys. I couldn't, because like the blood was everywhere. My back was really paining me. I was bleeding so much and it was just so bad. Horrible, guys. It was so bad. So I called my boyfriend. He came with a car, but then it was a problem finding a car because, guys, none of those people wanted to carry me because of how heavily I was bleeding. Like, what walikuwa nakuja and they're like, no, I can't carry you. Or if they have to carry me, they have to overcharge because I was bleeding. And they were like, utatuchafulia gari. So I was like, oh my god, why is this happening to me? So, guys, finally we found one cab that accepted to carry me, and guys, I couldn't even sit upright. Like, I had to lie on my side because like the bleeding was too much. So we went to the hospital. I was rushed to Kiambu level 5 hospital, guys, and some tests were done. They found out, yes, my PHG levels were still high. So they took me for a scan and they saw what was happening, and they were like, you have to be clean, like as in lazima uoshwe tumbo. They had to perform an evacuation process on me so that they can remove all these fetus and all those things inside there. So, guys, we went there and the doctor was like, okay, this process is you will schedule you for a process, but tomorrow, because right now there is a very big line and you won't have to wait. So I was like, hi, if I sleep here I will die, because, guys, I was bleeding so much. Like, I just felt like I was dying because it was just so much. So I couldn't sleep without the process being done the same day. So we had to have a change of plan. My friend Gailin came all the way from Rongai. By the way, Gailin, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I'll never forget what you did to me during that time. So, guys, she came, she assisted where she could, and she gave a suggestion that we should go to Nairobi Women Hospital, then Nongata Rongai, and that's when we decided to take a cab and head there so that the evacuation process can be done. Guys, we went all the way from Kiambu to Rongai, and then upon reaching there, the doctors are like, oh, I'm sorry, we're not doing this kind of process here. Like, guys, I was so frustrated, I was so stressed, and I was like, why is this really happening to me? Who did I wrong? I just felt like just dying because, guys, it was so much for me. Like, it was so much for me, honestly. So I told my friend, decided that now it's getting out of hand, so we have to look for another alternative. And that's when we got a good nurse from there who suggested of another hospital. We went there, the process was done, out of fear. I was so afraid, guys. I was so afraid, but I pulled through. I went. The process was done. The evacuation process of that was done, and it was now good to go. And I just went home. I mean, I was given some drugs, and I was told that everything would be okay. So I was like, as in, I was in denial, guys. I was in denial, like, how could this happen to me? I had so many plans with my son. Like, I had even started buying clothes. I had started, like, I was so hopeful that he would come. So guys, from there I was so much pain. So from that, guys, healing was a problem because I would get affected by the littlest things. I could see a pregnant woman, guys, and I could break down. Even on the road, when I was in the road, I could cry so much because I was like, why was she able to cry? Why was mine different, you know? So it wasn't easy at all, guys. It wasn't easy, and healing is the hardest part of it all. I mean, you can never replace the pain. Like, you can never heal that void. Even by getting another baby, that pain will always be there because that was a whole baby on its own. It was so difficult for me, guys. It was so hard. I was depressed. I used to get home every day and just cry and just ask God, why me? I would cry so much, guys, and it was at this time that I just realized that maybe that happened to me not because I was a bad person or not because I deserved it, but because God wanted to show me that without Him I cannot do anything. Like, He wanted to show me that He is the one who has the answer to everything. It was at that time, guys, that I decided to go back to church and started started getting close to God and just healing myself, because, guys, I was losing myself. I was so depressed. I used to cry a lot. Like, it was so much. The pain was so much, guys. And then after that, after the incident, guys, you meet people and they're like, every time someone is asking mbona una mtoi sijui nini, and they don't know the battles you're fighting secretly. So I was like, oh my gosh. So, guys, I think I'm getting so emotional. I won't talk much about it, but that's just briefly what happened. That's how I lost my son. He's supposed to be 2 years now, but I believe that, as Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans for good and not for evil, plan to give you future and hope. I know, guys, that God has better plans for me, guys, because I know there are women who give birth to still babies. There are women who give birth and they end up losing their babies maybe after a month or two, and there are those moms also who get their babies and they end up losing them even at a later stage. So I came to notice that it's only who God who gives and takes, even though it sounds hard, but it is only God who gives and takes, and when the right time comes, He will replace what was lost in double portions. So, guys, that's what kept me moving, knowing that God is the one who gave me this baby, but He is the one who still decided to take it. Reasons best known to Him, but I know that I'm going to hold my rainbow baby someday. By the way, guys, I'm always afraid of trying again because of the fear of losing it for the second time. I wouldn't want to go through that experience again because it's so bad. It was so traumatizing to me, but I pray that everything goes on well, guys. So I will before I end this video, guys, I would like to tell you that never question a woman why he doesn't have a child. The fact that you are blessed is enough, because women are suffering in silence. Women are going through a lot of things that when they decide to speak up, you will be surprised. So kindly avoid asking any woman this kind of question. It is the most heartbreaking one that you can ever imagine. I mean, this woman is still healing, but you're just rekindling the pain with the questions. So guys, kindly respect people's decision. Having children is a blessing, and there is no woman who wouldn't want to be a mom. So it's just that it's unfortunate that we go through such kind of things sometimes, but it doesn't mean that God doesn't love you. It doesn't mean like you deserve it. No, but it was just God's will, and you have to respect it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on the next one. Bye.